Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. No longer doing van stuff. I'm going to go ahead and do some work on my 3000 GT. Here it is. It was my daily for a long time, for about 6 months. And now it's leaking coolant out of the intake, so I'm going to go ahead and try to fix that today. So this is a 1997 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. So it comes with a single overhead cam, 3-liter V6. I recently got a new paint job for it. It's been sitting over here for about, I'd say about a month now, but now it's time to do some work. I already took off the intake right here. You can already see that I can took off the intake, air box and all that, and mass airflow sensor. So here, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going to be go ahead and taking off all these fuel line rails, this entire intake plenum, because right now I can see that there is a leak coming from this side of the engine, and it's actually flowing down and coming down to that lower radiator hose you see right there. And I saw that because I have a little tester that you can put on top of the, what we would say, the radiator cap, and it puts pressurized air through the entire system, which allows me to find the leak. And the leak was coming from, like I said, under the intake right here, and this is where this is your like under here, I guess is like maybe like a coolant line, or hopefully, like I really don't know. A lot of the Japanese and cars and all that, they made things really difficult for no reason. That's the reason why I like working on American muscle. But you know, I'm not gonna let this car sit forever, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up my GoPro and start chiseling away and removing stuff. It's not gonna be an easy one at all, but look at, like, you can see all these vacuum lines, and that's all just going to the throttle body. Like, look at that. There's just a ton of vacuum lines going in. And Gigi. So Gigi's gonna help me out today. Give him some moral support. I already took off a vacuum line right here already. I'm gonna have to be just kind of going around everything and just unplugging stuff and removing stuff. I'm actually gonna go ahead and plan on painting this plenum, maybe like a red. Red looks pretty sick, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint that red as well in this video. So, time to remove some stuff. First of all, we're gonna go ahead and remove the negative ground side of the battery, so we don't short circuit any of our electronics that we're gonna be going ahead and taking off. So it's always safe to do that when you're working with any electronics. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. So now that is off. And then now I'll just go ahead and start removing a bunch of stuff. Okay, so now we got the throttle body kind of off. You can kind of see it's kind of loose right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing the throttle cable right here. And one of these, it looks like a vacuum line going from the brake booster. Come on, kitty, let's go. Get out of here. And we're going to go ahead and remove it. So I'll do that. Okay, so I pretty much have the plenum off for the intake. It's kind of hooked on something else, I'm not entirely sure. A little couple of sensors over here and some more wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that right off real quick. So I've got the intake right here, already taken off. You can kind of see that, you know, that's what it's supposed to look like. and it's really dirty over the years of use and all that, so get that nice new paint job. I hooked up the my pressure testers to see if I can try to further find the leak, and like I said, the leak was coming around from here, so I used my pressure tester, which is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some pressure to the lines. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but kind of like a small little drizzle leak from on this side, so I'm gonna go ahead and release the air. So my guess that it's leaking from, I don't know, the intake gasket under here, so I'm only gonna be able to find out by removing all of it, so getting all the way down to there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start removing more stuff. So So it's actually taking me a little longer than I expected. You can kind of see by the gauge of the sun that I've been doing this for hours now. So I've already gotten the top of the, the intake off, and I look at the gasket itself. The gaskets on the intake don't look that bad of shape. I am going to replace it still because it's a good idea to replace all the gaskets. But I was looking by the water inside of it. You can kind of see there. I don't know if you guys can see, but the water's pooling in the, let's say, the valley of the V6, and if it's pooling there, then you can kind of gauge of like what the level of the water looks like. It's been sitting for a while, so it's trying to kind of oranges, like kind of like rust. So there is a tube that goes to the back of the water pump, which, as you can see right here, and I went ahead and pulled it out because I had a suspicion that this was leaking. If you look at it, it's the seal on it is completely toast. And even the housing, look at the housing, see? It's supposed to have a nice little lip around it. It doesn't even have that. And because of that, it's now leaking in the inside of the V6, like the valley of it. So that's our problem. I'm gonna go ahead and buy all the intake gaskets and go ahead and buy a whole the whole inlet pipe to the back of the water pump housing, because that thing is completely shot. So hopefully I can get this part soon. I'm going to go ahead and tape up all the holes on the intake and all that, so I don't have any debris, dust, or water entering those intake and all that kind of stuff, because that's not good for your engine. That's how you hydro-lock your engine. So yeah, I'll cut to the part when I have all my parts. Hey guys, welcome back to the next day. It's been 4 days about there, so I've been waiting on parts and all that, and we got the part in now. So this is the lower intake hose for the back of the water pump. So it kind of just sits like this, and then the water pump kind of just connects to there. And then you have all the various pipes and all that and brackets. This was actually the last part in the United States, because finding parts for these cars are very hard. And I went online and I spent hours and hours looking for parts. I found one that looks somewhat similar to this, and they were asking for like 9,000 yen, and I don't have yen. I have USD, so couldn't get that one. But I went to the Mitsubishi dealer, and they had this in stock in New Jersey, and they shipped it down to me, about $90. You're gonna pay it a premium, but this is the exact same part that I need in the last one in the United States. So whoever is looking for a part that has that, I got the last one. And I also went ahead and started cleaning up the 3000 GT intake plenum because I wanted to paint it red. So I have here Duplicolor. They make a really good spray paint for heat. This one's made for your engine, so it can withstand high heats like engine temps and all that. But this is just going to be on the intake plenum. So I had the intake plenum already on a makeshift holder, and I got it cleaned up and all that. I didn't do too crazy of a cleaning up job, but it's good enough for now. This is a daily car. This is no show piece. But I'm going to go ahead and put a light color of this thing and go ahead and start putting everything back together. And yeah, I get to it.